We know that there's a special deen to do with the sukkah, that the mitztaer is patur min sukkah. We don't actually see this by a lot of different halachot, but here we do see it by the sukkah, that somebody that's suffering is going to be patur from the sukkah. So we all know the famous one is obviously going to be the rain. The halakha brings down the concept that if right now, for example, it's going to start raining, it's going to ruin your food, so therefore you're not going to, even if it's going to be a food which is easily ruined, but the fact that the rain will come down and ruin the food, so therefore you're allowed to come inside. By sleep, it's even less, because since people will get more bothered by sleeping in the sukkah with rain, so that's even going to be less of a rain, which will cause a person to come inside. There's not going to be a problem of coming inside. But the same halakha would apply to other things as well. The Yalkut Yosef brings down, for example, you've got yitushim, you've got flies, you've got a lot of these mosquitoes that are coming and they're bothering you, or mipnei haruach. Let's say a person, or because of a bad smell, reach ra. So whichever one of these reasons, a person is going to be mitztaer, and once there's going to be mitztaer, so therefore they're going to be patur from the sukkah. It does bring down that what happens, for example, if it's going to be very, very cold. So therefore what happens is the person should put on warm clothing, and then he's going to make the bracha of the Sheva Sukkah. Why? Because if he would not put on the warm clothing, and then he would be very cold, so then what happens is the bracha of the Sheva Sukkah is actually a bracha of Atalah. So therefore it's very, very important that a person should be careful that when they're going to do it. So for example, in Canada or other places like that where it's very, very cold, they would have to put on, whether it's going to be a sweater, they would have to put on whether sometimes even a jacket and gloves, right? Depends when and where. But what happens is you put this on, and then you're allowed to come and make the bracha of the Sheva Sukkah. If not, then it would be a bracha levatala. Now, what happens if it's too cold, even with the gloves and even with the jacket and everything else, and it's still too cold? A person is going to be mitzayir, he's patur min sukkah, and therefore he actually is patur. He does not actually go into the sukkah whatsoever. He actually eats at home, because again, the concept is that a person is supposed to not be suffering when they're going into the sukkah. He has to be benefit. He has to be actually enjoying when he's going into the sukkah. So this is the different halachot of mitzayir.